Winter's Tale. It's that movie where Colin Farrell has a Three Stooges haircut. I feel like we're coming into this movie kind of fresh, since it's been so long since we've seen it.
It came out in theaters. We went and saw it for Valentine's Day.
And that was the last time we saw this movie. The biggest thing I remember is, like, the casting is weird. There's like, something about, like, time travel. How
miracles,
it all works out. Yeah.
Magic, angels, demons, God, Satan. Alrighty, so
yeah, let's do it.
Come along on this weirdo journey with us.
What if, once upon a time, there were no stars in the sky at all?
That's the first line of your movie.
Sure, honey.
First sentence of the book does not have me hooked. We've been in the movie for 3 minutes and already we've gone through 2 different millenniums. Where is this movie taking place at?
Also, what did that guy just, like, that doctor just write on that guy's back? Oh, you have the clap. Sorry, you can't come into our country. That's so rude. Give him a card to hand to the guy at the desk that says he can't come in. Don't write something on a guy's suit. He obviously speaks English. Why didn't you just tell him? Yeah. Sorry, you can't go through. You have a pulmonary heart disease and we're not letting you in. Why are we turning this kid into Moses? Why would you think that that is a good plan? Is your country so bad that you're willing to put your kid in a boat and hope the boat doesn't immediately capsize or sink because your baby is heavier than a model boat?
What? How many years are we going to be going through? I cannot keep track of these decades.
What is this, the bowler hat brigade?
That's the exact moment they should have realized Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll would not have worked.
Oh, it's a white horse. He must have a pure soul, or else this horse wouldn't bow to him. What is this, the hippogriff from Harry Potter? What do you mean you're going to fly over all those people on that fence? No! I might have jumped off.
I really hope that there is another flash to lead in to tell us why all of this was happening, because
you're really hoping for another flashback.
I know, but like we don't know what he was doing for them to be chasing them, so like maybe it was legitimate. Holy crap! Was this movie directed by J.J. Abrams? What's with all the flair?
I want a saddle, and I want a nice blanket for him, cashmere.
He was dropped off in this country as a baby. Where's this Irish accent coming from? Actually, his parents were Dutch. He was just raised by Irish people on the streets of New York.
If he ever sees them again, they're going to be so confused.
Right.
She should already be dead.
Yeah, hypothermia is still a thing for this girl, right? She can't get too hot, but like they have her literally sleeping outside in a nightgown. I feel like that's a little bit too far in the other direction.
Like, they're really trying hard to make this girl like a combination of Snow White and Elsa.
Apparently she can go play piano like Liberace, and that's fine.
How is this sudden playing of a piano more interesting to a thief than the safe he obviously just unlocked?
I suppose the polite thing to do would be to offer you a cup of tea.
Is she British?
Right? The polite thing to do would be to let him leave without calling the police. Like, offer him tea? Like, no, it's letting a stranger into your home. That's next level.
Oh, wait. We're about to find out what's wrong with her.
Oh, I can't wait.
Consumption.
Consumption? What? What? Oh, I'm looking at... Okay. A progressive wasting away of the body, especially from pulmonary tuberculosis. So this is pulmonary.
She's pulmonary.
That's the exact same thing his father has.
So what does that have to do with her having to be outside in the winter?
There's no room in the heavens for the likes of us, little boys.
I'm sorry, what?
No room for pearly souls.
Is he supposed to have an Irish accent?
Is he supposed to be muttering?
I feel like that was a setup. I feel like he was just setting this guy up the whole time.
So he could use his blood for a little Pictionary moment?
What girl?
The red-haired girl.
Which redhead girl?
This guy is asking all of the questions that I'm asking right now.
Right?
Like, talk about having impossible standards as a boss.
Oh.
In less than 2 months, you're going to be dead. How much luggage do you need?
Why bother even changing her clothes at that point?
Right? Who cares? All you need is a description of a girl in red hair. I want to see the scene where there's literally this guy bleeding out on the floor, and these henchmen now have to gather around with everybody having their own little pad and paper, being like, okay, red hair. Does anybody have any more red? Are we allowed to use the blood? Is that weird?
Were they all given a crayon?
They all passed around a crayon so that they could all make their own drawings?
Why did we have a break in the movie to watch Colin Farrell just, like, go down on a muscle?
Who gave him that haircut? I mean, like, he's on the streets of New York.
The creepy thin man from Charlie's Angels. Looks like creepy thin man from Charlie's Angels. If he gets a sword.
This story so far has been fantasy enough to have a sword in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry, I've got a Pegasus. Oh, it actually is a Pegasus. And it's
with wings of light! This movie just wants us to believe in everything. You have to give us some semblance of reality in order for us to believe that this stuff can exist in our world. Because nothing in this is believable.
Can claret be all right with you?
Don't you pronounce it claret?
Claret?
What?
You pronounce the T, just as in fillet.
What?
Filet? This guy's messing with him, right? He's the editor-in-chief of this newspaper.
No, it's fillet.
He's not messing with him. He's just gonna go on to...
You're a crook, and what are your intentions with my daughter?
If you kiss her here, she won't die.
Oh, I'll kiss your sister anywhere you want me to, little girl.
Oh,
I mean, like, what's he supposed to say to that?
Right.
What do you say with an Irish accent? Oh, I'll kiss your sister anywhere you want me to, little girl.
You sounded more like a pirate than you did an Irishman. Disgraceful. Okay, I love Will Smith as Satan. I don't know why, but this works in my mind.
I don't like this. I think this is a bad casting choice.
I don't know.
He's got charisma. He doesn't have intimidation. He plays it fine up until the point that he gets angry. He's just standing there looking like he's trying to take a dump standing up. He's got a shadow that's like supposed to be, flames, and he's the devil. What, no horns or anything? It looks like it's just Will Smith's shadow projected onto the wall. It's like if you're gonna do something crazy or special, do something crazy or special.
I think that while it is a little awkward, it could have gone somewhere. It really could have.
Comment below, what do you think? Does Will Satan scare you? Because it doesn't me.
Side note, like, if you're an agent of chaos, why would you need to ask permission?
That's a good point.
Just go do the chaos.
Oops. So what's the oops? Are we not going to get an explanation? He's like, you were a second away from death a minute ago, and then just the house had to fart?
It's like, we have to have a quick moment where suddenly the father loves him.
Why didn't they just go straight in, dance, and then straight back out? Like, she shouldn't even be walking into this room. Basically have the gazebo scene from The Sound of Music out there in the snow with her dancing. That's what this scene should be right now. She shouldn't be drinking alcohol.
No. Also, this magic potion of, like, the sparkle of light.
What is this, the shine? He went to, like, this whole, like, assassin option really quick. Like, you could have cut that whole Will Smith scene out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go to that side of the city. I'll just go and get someone to go there for me. That's a logical just next step. You don't have to go and get permission to do it yourself. Just know that this whole time there's a guy with cargo shorts and an orange light standing right off screen.
Just watching them pretend to have sex. Of course she died. Of course she died.
They went out and danced, and then they went and boned.
If kissing will raise her heart rate, what do you think sex will do?
Oh, and then you go and take her to the spot where your sister said to kiss her at. She's already dead. Maybe do that the other day, or any time in between now and then. All of these guys after one dude, I mean, is he that important? Like, how special is this dude? It seems a little overkill. You called it!
Called it! Frickin' guy uses a sword!
He's a sword! He's fighting with a sword! It's swashbuckling in this movie.
They're making him a knight with a white steed. Oh my god.
And then there's all of that for that. You're just gonna knock him in the head a few times. Like, it looked like it hurt. But yet, he's not dead. Like, he was alive when you tossed him into the water. You went through all of that effort and you're not gonna cut his head off or something?
Oh, and of course now, he has amnesia. Because this movie just isn't satisfied with throwing all the other horrible tropes in here. We have to have amnesia, along with person with amnesia, painting or drawing the same picture day after day and wondering what it is. Oh my god.
Does he just have a whole bunch of sidewalk chalk boxes back at his house with only the red and white ones used?
At least his hair improved. Took 100 years, but at least it got better.
My goodness, we had to sit through too much of that haircut.
It's that guy who was from the horse stable.
It is. It's the same guy.
Yeah, remember you forgot your change, and then he's like, "Oh, here's your change."
This movie is such a cliched piece of crap.
What makes this guy so special? The angels are just following him around, helping him out.
So what? Does he remember what Peter's shine looks like still? Like,
Did
what
he
was
feel the
that?
force?
Oh, you didn't have to spill virgin blood to remember that to know that he's alive.
Oh wow, they've upgraded. You remember when there was just writing on brick columns with papers? Now they've upgraded to whole new gadgetry.
Romeo, find this man.
Caesar.
He thought he was Romeo.
The Death of Julius Caesar, another Shakespeare play. Like this.
It's like right after you come out of film school, you just assume that you can just make the most beautiful art, like you're Stanley Kubrick.
And it just ends up being every cliche imaginable. That's what this is.
Why?
Dang it!
Just why?
No! You went back to the Mo haircut. Like, what is this? What? Just 5 minutes worth of just not having to see that. Ugh. Oh, what is this coincidence and the magic of the universe working again that she is in the same place?
And this is the second woman he's come across who has literally had him tell her that he's going to rob someplace and is completely unfazed by it.
Not only that, he just said that right in front of the man who works there. This guy is not a good burglar.
You haven't robbed anything in 100 years. You don't know anything about security systems.
Little Willa.
Okay, Colin Farrell is making me tear up. This is a lot of good emotion.
He's a good actor. I'll give him that.
I will give this movie one prop. But, this lady is very much accepting the fact that she's standing next to a 130-year-old man.
Older rules would apply. You would be fighting as a mortal. That's rather extreme, don't you think?
What are these arbitrary rules? Why does he have to become human to fight another human? We were not given any direction.
They definitely just had Will Smith for like a day.
Right.
And just tried to use as much of him as they could. Oh, it's just a horse on the roof.
Yeah.
It's been flying around for the past 100 years.
And this woman just, totally. Sure. I'll hand you my deathly ill, cancer-ridden child. Oh yeah, that's real great for her health.
The wings look good, though.
They
I'll
do.
give it that.
Yes,
the wings kind of look really good.
They look really pretty and awesome, and I'm sure everybody in New York that day stopped drinking. Everybody looked at, oh.
Too much.
Why are you waiting?
They had to have been standing there just waiting for like 5 minutes for these cars to drive all the way to them.
And did they practice driving on ice?
There's the one guy who doesn't realize he has to stop like 100 yards back, and he's just skidding all the way through.
Oh my god!
And what is this? Like, why aren't they just getting out of the car, just walking up, not saying anything?
Bam, bam, bam!
Bam, bam, bam. Under the ice, let's go back. Do you have to fight him with your fists? Is that what had to have happened?
And then he's killed by the little medallion from his ship, the City of Justice. Really?
And
really?
there wasn't a geyser of blood shooting out of the guy's neck after that?
You're telling me that he did not just cough blood all over Peter's face?
Please, you were always the one I was meant to save.
I don't know, maybe try mixing in a little bit of CPR with your miracle. Maybe that'll help move things along a little bit.
They make it out like she wasn't anyone special. She was just like everybody else, but she deserved to be saved. What does that say to every other cancer-ridden child in the world who didn't get this miracle?
Right?
What is this point?
And then what is this? He's just gonna fly off?
He's just gonna Elijah himself to go be in the star with her. And now the Titanic ending, where now they're together.
Looks so Titanic-y.
And they're together just staring at each other in this yellow, black and whitish looking photograph that, oh my, pretentious bullcrap!
Look, written, produced, and directed by one person. This was a vanity project. I am telling you.
Brava, Akiva Goldsman.
Wow.
Brava.
Akiva Goldsman, I know he's got some good stuff out there, but, like, this is not one of them.
This movie was painful, had no point, was full of cliches, really weird, sad...
It's a pointless romance?
It's barely a romance. It's just... It's exhausting.
And this is like a 2-hour movie.
Ugh.
Like, this is definitely a half hour longer than it needed to have been.
Oh my god. It's an hour longer than it needed to be.
That's true. I don't think that they needed that entire first scene. You come back around to it at the end, but it's like you could have just as easily started with his parents on, Ellis Island or whatever the heck we were at the beginning of that.
Right.
And just start your movie there. Why did you even need to have that flash back, flash forward, flash sideways nonsense that happened there? It just got so confusing in the beginning, and I wanted to shut it off then. I'm going to call this movie as somebody was trying to write something clever.
And pretty.
Yes. They're trying to write a beautiful love novella. And it's just a pretentious pile of nonsense.
I teared up for a moment because of Colin Farrell's acting.
But only because it was a manufactured, make-you-cry scene. And it was just like, it's so pandering.
Let's let this go and go to bed.
Yes.
Well,
till next time.
Doodles noodles.
Bye.